Okay, we're into another month and another update. It's almost like it's on a schedule. So the wall update first. It's been wallpapered. That is the extent of all the upgrades to the house in the last update. But we'll move on to some gaming news. So Twitch Roundup. So I've got quite a few things to talk about this time. So first off, we've got 2 new subscribers to the Twitch channel. So thank you for Drblackbarn and ShinraRecoded for some Twitch Prime subscriptions to the Twitch channel. So thank you very much, guys. Do appreciate it. Hopefully you can renew those subs in August. MrSlammm for 200-bit cheer, and also CriscoWild for 2-bit cheer. That was 2 individual 1 bits, and MrSlammm was 2 individual ones of 100 bits. So thank you guys for those bits. Follows, we've actually done alright. So we've got Walking Eye, who is a streamer who is streaming some Story of 4-2 or Legend of Oasis, whichever you prefer. We've got Mrcookjr, and we've got ChiefBones, and I think someone just slipped in. Chitara 100,000, yeah, I knew there was a weird number at the end. So Chitara 1000 has 100,000 has also followed right at the last moment in this roundup. So thank you guys, 4 new followers there this month. Thank you very much. And finally, hosts. Goatee hosted me with 55 followers. Thank you very much. Also Drblackbarn and MrSlammm, who has already been very generous with subscriptions, and Cheers have also hosted me occasionally during the month. So thank you guys. Right, we'll move on to the second point. YouTube stats. So my YouTube subscriber count is pretty low. It's on 37. It's never really gone high, so it's kind of been stagnant the last month. But in terms of YouTube stats, lots of views on Shining Force Free Speedrun, Story of 4-2, Dynasty Warriors 2, Sega Rally Championship, and also Railway Tycoon 2 on Dreamcast. Always gets lots of views as well, so thank you if you've been watching those videos. I've doubled my total views. I've doubled my total amount of minutes that's been watched, and I've also doubled my 37 YouTube subscribers. So I was on like 18, 19 last year. I'm now on to 37. So I've doubled views, minutes, and subscribers in the last year. I'm now on 20,000 views, 80,000 minutes, and 37 subscribers, and that's doubled in the last year compared to the 6 years previously. So thank you very much for everyone who watches on YouTube. Right, something a bit more exciting now. New games and hardware. Now, if you've been watching my streams specifically on things like this, you will know that my Mrcookjr HD Pro is a pain and often breaks, and it requires unplugging the USB, rebooting it, reinserting the USB, then reloading an OBS. It's been such a pain, and it's always been sort of linked to hot weather or when it's warm, and it's been very warm in the UK lately, so it's not been working as well as it could do. So in order to remedy that, I have managed to get hold of a Game Capture HD Elgato, which I have tested but not streamed yet. So I tested this with some footage of Wipeout HD, and it took me a little while because the system it doesn't like you playing in 1080 on a PS3, even though it'll cut it down to 720. So basically the issue is it can't quite work out how to do 1080p 60 frames per second and convert it to 720 60 frames per second. So it just cuts it down to 720 30 frames per second. There we go, we've got it all there. So you have to sort of natively put in to the console that you want it on 720p, and then therefore it goes, oh well, actually, you know, I can manage 60 FPS now. It just can't do the 1080 into 720 while keeping the 60 FPS. So that's the only bugbear I have about that device, but it has been working in my tests, so I can't complain. Right, game acquisitions. Now you might have noticed I've been playing a bit of Final Fantasy. So really I've been just trying to upgrade my collection. A lot of them are games I've already got, but there's been versions since the version I've got released. So the first ones are Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2. So I had the Origins discs for PS1. Now they have released on various systems since, including the Game Boy Advance and PSP. So I've got the PSP version just because I prefer PSP. I think it plays better, sounds better, etc. And we've also got Final Fantasy 4, including the after years. Now I do have the PC version of this as well, and the PS1 version. However, I like it in 2D, so the graphics are a little bit different, but I think I prefer that to the 3D graphics. I have played on PC, and I think I prefer that version, so I'm looking forward, after I've finished, this is Final Fantasy 2 being shown, I'm playing Final Fantasy 3 now on PC, and hopefully I'll be moving on to that next. So, moving on to other parts of my Final Fantasy collection I'm increasing on. I've got the additional games to Final Fantasy 7 series, so we've got Crisis Core on PSP, and we've also got Dirge of Cerberus for the PS2. Now I've never played either of these games and I don't know much about the lore of it, so I'll be very interested in playing that as well. Right, now this is here where we get complicated because I'm not quite sure about the specific order of this, but for Final Fantasy 12 I have grabbed myself Zodiac Age on PC. So I have streamed it in the past on PS2, but I'll play it on PC with the upgraded version next time. I've also got Final Fantasy Tactics, part of the Evilis collection. Also got War of the Lions, which is the updated version of the original Final Fantasy Tactics that never came out in Europe. And finally I've got Revenant Wings for DS. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to stream DS yet, but we'll try and work that out when we get there. Finally, just two more random acquisitions. I've got Meltdown for the 7800, so I'm now working towards streaming gun games. So that's a gun game, so I'll be interested in showing that off at some point. And finally, I'm just grabbing Wii U games when I can, really cheap. Zombie U, not amazing, but it was £2. Can't complain. So that is the game acquisitions I've got this month. Right, let's finally finish this off by just talking about the stream schedule. And obviously at the moment I'm playing Final Fantasy games, and you've seen I've got loads of Final Fantasy games to get through. Loads. So I'm playing them in order, so I've done Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, including Soul of Rebirth, which is what you're seeing here. I'm playing Final Fantasy 3 on PC now, and then I'll be playing that Final Fantasy 4 on PSP after that. So I'm going through the main series, and as special unlocks, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, I'm increasing the number of games after the main series, and I'm going to be including things like Final Fantasy Legend and some of the other games, maybe Mana series and things like that. So subscribe to the channel, get more games being played. Brilliant. The other things I'll probably be playing in this month will be Saturn games. So I was talking about Walking Eye streaming Story of 4 2 for doing speedrunning. He's quite easily beaten my time that I've got uploaded, so I need to get my Saturn out, which I'll be doing after this video, and trying to secure my record, if you can call it that. So that's something I'll be doing. I've also talked about getting another Shining Force free run out, because I would like to shorten that and get it into 2 or 3 parts. I'd like to get chapter 1, 2 and 3 done in one part, because I know there's a lot of people who view chapter 1 to 2. Not all of you guys progress to watching the rest of the speedrun, so I'm hoping that I can sort of cut it down a little bit, make it a bit more easy to view, because I know there's people been watching it. Maybe to try and beat my time, eh? Maybe. And finally, although I have been playing Final Fantasy every day, so you can catch me on Twitch every day playing Final Fantasy, I am switching it up with a few different games every now and again. So I did stream a very poorly planned Metal Gear Solid 5 stream, which works absolutely perfectly on my laptop. But when I tried to stream it, it had a lot of slowdown. So I'm starting to realise the limits on my laptop. Although it can play the games still, it can't necessarily stream it at the same time. So we'll have to start thinking about that as well. But there we go, that's it for the update. I've already run into 11 minutes on recording, which I'll try and shorten to at least 10. And I'll catch you again next time for another update. And goodbye. Oh, I totally forgot to mention, but I've actually managed to get up to 1,000 physical media of video games. So that's quite an achievement.